So OPEC and its allies, do you believe that they're going to make a production cut in their meeting?
Well, I think they're going to give us a strong signal this week. So
they've been dangling it.
They've been dangling it, and I think, if you look at the comments of His Royal Highness Prince Abdulaziz, as well as some of the others in the kingdom, I think it's pretty clear that they're seriously considering another cut. How much? We'll have to wait and see.
What about the ramifications?
Well, obviously the market's tight right now. As we look across the world, oil is very, very tight, not only in Europe, but also in the United States and other parts. So continued high gas prices, retail gasoline prices are going to remain high. And again, as we move into the wintertime, some of that oil is going to be used for heating and other purposes in the marketplace. So it creates even more scarcity. So unfortunately for consumers, I think we're looking at higher prices for the near term.
Now, the Biden administration, of course, has been on the opposite end of the spectrum when it comes to the conversation with OPEC, especially over the last few months. When you think about what happens next, we're seeing the White House encouraging U.S. oil producers to stop their exports, to really put the preference on American consumers. What does that mean for the market in your view? Is it possible for them to do this? Do you think it would help price stability?
Well, it's impossible for them to do it for a number of different reasons. When you look at the oil market, it's in backwardation. And what that means is that you can get more for the oil today than you can in the future. So you have every incentive to put it into the marketplace, not to store it. And if you think about, the publicly traded companies that are in America, very strong companies, their fiduciary responsibilities to their investors and to their shareholders.
Yeah.
So they have to put that product into the marketplace. So it's a strange request by the administration at this point to suggest that. It's also a little bit strange after you've reduced the stores of the Strategic Petroleum Reserve at the levels that you have.
Yeah.
So I think when we think about oil and we think about natural gas and all the other things, Hadley, the answer to the question of scarcity is actually right here in this conference at GasTech in Milan. It's these people who are willing to produce more. If we can produce more, create more infrastructure development in the United States, in Europe, that is the ultimate answer to the question.
Is the president just completely out of touch with the industry and, frankly, the mechanics of the market?
Well, I think there's some learning that needs to occur. There's no question about that.
It's a little late in the game for some learning.
No, I think the administration came in with some preconceived notions about what they wanted to do, and they've adjusted pretty dramatically. But there's a lot of work to be done, a lot of catch-up to be done as well. So I give them credit for trying. There's still a lot of work to be done. It's a very hard process.
Okay, talk to me about what you see happening over the next several months, because obviously December is going to be a very interesting month for the markets. I'm talking, of course, about Russian sanctions.
Yeah. I think, as I think about, when you talk about Russia sanctions, you talk about potentially Iranian sanctions as they continue this conversation with, the JCPOA. The market gets really, really scarce. I mean, I hate to keep coming back to that fundamental point, but that's why we're seeing the pricing in the marketplace today. It's not because of some energy transition. It's not because of where people are in the marketplace. It's simple economics. We just don't have enough product in the marketplace. So anything governments can do to incentivize that will be helpful to consumers.